Well, I used to hunt with my father, which was always a very enjoyable thing. My father and my two brothers up in Bull Valley, Illinois, with a gentleman named George Wool. And what really got me excited when my son became of age to be able to hunt, he was just in high school, and we had the hunter safety situation at the time, and hunter safety classes were all taken in the spring. And given the new movement of children and soccer and baseball, very few kids would be able to take a hunter safety class in the spring, and then we'd invite them to go in the fall. They just hadn't taken the class, and so they weren't in a position where they could enjoy the outdoors. So I believe one of the first states was Ohio, and then we mimicked their law that allowed for non-certified hunters to be able to hunt as an apprentice for 1 year. Again, the gap between the spring and the fall, we'd invite the kids in the fall, they hadn't taken the class, and so they could never get a chance to experience hunting. And very few kids would take the class and chance that they would go hunting in the fall. So we worked for a couple of years on this project, and we actually named the legislation after my son's friend, Mike McCarthy, who fit that category. And we're very proud of that, and we believe it's a great step forward in allowing new hunters to be able to experience hunting without having to take the class. I think it's really important to point out that Senator Durbin was a real champion in helping this. This is a very complicated process. You had to get approval by the Illinois IDNR, the Mississippi Flyway, and then it went all the way to the Department of Interior, and that's where Senator Durbin was very helpful. There's 3 different forms of government that we had to go through. And it was an exciting journey, and I enjoyed it, and we had a lot of fun with it. It was really important because you want to get children, the ability to hunt and enjoy that at an early age. There's an old saying, if you take your son hunting, you won't have to hunt him. So it's important to create these experiences young in life, so they can enjoy it and understand the responsibilities that come along with it. You have to have your hunting gear. You have to learn how to use a rifle or a shotgun in a very, very safe way. And in today's society, it's important to give children responsibility. No excuses. Guns need to be treated extraordinarily careful. And it's a huge responsibility to give a young person, and it's a good thing for him to grow his future. I think the thing I'm most proud of is introducing young men and women into hunting and giving them that opportunity. Because at the end of the day, I don't think children can spend too much time outside. When I was on the IDNR advisory board, one of our responsibilities was to set the waterfowl dates. And so I spent a tremendous amount of time going around the state. We had hearings all over the state and did a fair amount of hunting in Vandalia, Illinois, our state's first capital. And we found that Lake Carlisle in particular would flood or would freeze early. So the southernmost part of Illinois, because the zone was so big, we needed to carve that up to give the public land, the public hunters, more access. I think in today's change, I think we've seen a significant, at least in my lifetime, in waterfowl patterns. As Southern Illinois used to be the goose capital of the world, they now stop south of Joliet. So it's a lot different today than it was back then. When you get to Southern Illinois, waterfowl hunting is a large source of revenue for people that their farms are dormant, obviously for the winter, and So it not only helped the clubs, the private guides, the hotels, the restaurants, and if you haven't been to not central, southern Illinois, I strongly encourage it because it's a beautiful, magnificent place here in the state of Illinois. What I would like to see at some point for Illinois to mirror the state of Missouri, where the state of Missouri takes a portion of their sales tax. It's a total dedicated fund for the Missouri Department of Conservation. I think that should be the state and the national model. Illinois is such beautiful landscape and such a diverse culture and diverse landscape that it's just unfortunate that a lot of Illinoisans haven't had the chance to experience it. And I think we need to do a better job of telling them what's out there. It's always been very important for me to give something back. Now, my unique talents happen to be in understanding rules and regulations and legislature. And I would encourage everybody here tonight, whatever your talent is, there's many things that you can contribute to to Illinois conservation. It's one of the most diverse states in the union, and one of the greatest untold stories in Illinois is the great outdoors that we have. It's so diverse from Waukegan to Cairo. It's like two different worlds or two different states. And then you go to the Wabash River on the eastern side of the state, and the Mississippi on the west, and Galena. Illinois has a lot to offer, and everybody in this room needs to tell the story. And everybody in this room can clearly contribute something in whatever your discipline may be. I highly encourage to take that and give back to the Illinois Conservation Group.